What's up, YouTube? And this is a video response to Alpha Omega Sins. Let me turn off this fan, it's so annoying, but it keeps me cool in here. Um, yeah, to what were my favorite cartoons when I was growing up. Be truthful, I didn't really watch cartoons until I was about 9 or 10 years old, you know. When I was growing up, I was always outside. But, no, one of my friends was like, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and Ed, Ed, and Eddie was actually the first actual cartoon I started watching, and everybody started calling me Eddie, and it stuck since I was like, yeah, my nickname is Eddie since for Edie for my parents, but from school, starting from like 2nd or 3rd grade, everybody's like, "What's up, Eddie? Where's Ed and Double D?" And I was like, "Who?" It's like, "Watch it. Comes on Saturday morning on Cartoon Network." And I was like, "What's Cartoon Network?" You know, because I didn't have Cartoon Network. We had what you call it, basically free television off the freaking, not the dish, like over the air kind of shit. But my grandparents had cable TV, and I was like, I called them up, hey, I was like, "Hey, Nana, do y'all got Cartoon Network?" You know, she's sitting there flipping through, and she's like, "Oh yeah, channel 58. No, actually at the time it was channel, it wasn't 58, it was some other channel. But I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come over on Saturday," and she's like, "Okay." And you know, at the time I was living down the block with my mom and her boyfriend Jason, and yeah, and I freaking fell in love with the show. I started getting T-shirts. Um, I started getting the VHSs from Walmart for like $15 a piece. You know, they had like 10 episodes on them. I was like, yeah, and I fell in love with that show. And when I was growing up, I had a big crush on Naz. And I was like, and then when I moved in with my dad, I met a girl that acted just like Naz, and I was like, and it was Kelly, and I was like, "Do you watch Ed, Ed and Eddie?" And she's like, "Hell yeah!" And at the time we were like, this is recess, and we just started learning how to use curse words, and I was like, it's just a word, who gives a fuck? But I just don't say it in front of my dad and my grandparents because they will kick my ass. But yeah, it's just, and then up until my mom started hanging out with her cousin again more. This is when I got introduced to anime. And it was about 1999, 2000, and actually no, it was about 1997, just right before the release of Pokemon. Alright, I saw all these commercials and shit for Pokemon, and I was like, I want the video games. And there's like, oh, don't forget to watch the Pokemon animated TV series. And I was like, and it was like, oh yeah, it comes on at 6 a.m. And I was like, son of a bitch. But yeah, I got up at 6 a.m. every day, every Saturday, every day, and then I watched new episodes Saturday afternoon, which I found out it came on Kids WB, and I was like, hooray! And then on Cartoon Network came on at 6 a.m. So I started watching it. I fell in love with that, but my actual first introduction to anime was Robotech. My mom's cousin had every episode on VHS. I sat there and watched every episode. You know, we had this. So it was a 19-inch TV. I had a VCR way before DVD. I think the only other thing we had other than VCR was a Laserdisc player, and we only had 2 fucking movies. We had Bats and my most favorite dinosaur movie ever. We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. I love that movie. But yeah. Then I started watching shit that came on after. I got introduced to Tailspin, uh, DuckTales, you know, on the Disney Channel. I loved those shows. I was like, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. And then I caught my mom watching this show. She's like, "Oh, this came on when I was your age, son." And I was like, "What is it?" She was like, "Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." And I was like, "Ninja Turtle? Let's check this out." And then I was like, "I love this show, Heroes in a Half Show, Turtle Power." And it's just so nostalgic thinking about this stuff. And then, oh, then I discovered late night cartoons. And this block was a block coming from 12 to 6, or right before 6, because that's when Cartoon Network came back on. And they call it the Adult Swim block. Every night at midnight, or not every night, every Saturday night at midnight, this awesome anime came on. I freaking loved it. Y'all might know it as Samurai X or Rurouni Kenshin. You know, I was like, and then I saw Shigara Sanosuke and his big ass fucking sword. I was like, that's me. That's me. Fuck Kenshin. I want that big ass sword. But then I realized, like, shit, I'm slow as fuck if I had one of those. But I was like, but Kenshin is still the most badass fucking character in that show. I was like, he beats the shit out of everybody without killing them, which is awesome. You know, I watched every episode on. That probably took me about 2 years to watch every episode because it came on every Saturday, and there was no hiatus. It was just on every Saturday. And right about that time was when the Orange Leagues came around, and like I didn't feel more nostalgic about Pokemon. My most favorite season was Johto Journeys, Johto Champions, and Master Quest. And you know, I started collecting movies. At about 2000, I heard of this new show, and actually, there's 2 new shows. I think they came out in the 90s. I didn't start watching them until like 2000, because when I moved back into here, so I was able to watch everything. So one show I really got big in was Digimon. I thought it was cool, but I didn't like the fact that you're only stuck with one monster. But I like the fact that you can sit there and go between each monsters. You got Digimon, what is it? Rookie, Champion, Ultimate, and then there's what's above Ultimate? I think it's Mega. It's been so long. I think it's Ultima form. But I just love that, and then the second was even awesomer. Like, I was like, I saw that Kyrie and fucking TK got together. I was like, I seen it. I saw it. And that was weird. And I was like, then at the end, I was like, that ain't stay together? I was like, that's weird. And then I hated fucking Digimon Tamers. It was fucking retarded. But, my absolute favorite, me and my friend Chris, absolute favorite Digimon season was 4. Digimon Frontier. Because you actually become a Digimon. It was awesome. You go, I forgot what it's called. I think it's DNA Evolve or something like that. And Digimon Tamers was the first one to come out with that aspect, but it wasn't until the very last season, and I was like, or the very last episodes, because you see everybody fuse with their Digimon, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. But Frontier took it to a whole new level, which is what I liked. And then I forgot what channel it was. It wasn't Cartoon Network, but it was for adult-rated shows. Like, I started watching Batman animated series, Superman animated series. Hi, Bobo. They're over here. But I just fell in love. My first actual cartoon was Ed, Edd n Eddy. Other than that, the only other shows I would watch was Looney Tunes, and I thought they were funny as hell. And then I heard all about these old shows. I started finding them on VHS. Like, I didn't even know what Steamboat Willie was. My grandpa was like, "You want to see the cartoon?" I started out watching. He's like,
Yeah.
"We hit Walmart." And he's like, "Oh, there it is, Steamboat Willie." And I was like, "It's not colored." He's like, "We didn't have color TVs back then." And I was like, this came out way back. He said this show is older than him, but he remembers watching it on TV because there used to be something that came on a lot. But it just so freaking nostalgic about all the shit I used to watch. You know, what got me into it was Ed, Edd and Eddy, and it's because my name is Eddie. It was weird, but well, see you YouTube, and I can go on forever. So just to cut this, I know it's probably longer than hell. I hope Alpha accepts this, or not. I might just put it on my own page and see if anybody actually views this shit. But see ya.